What do Sekiro and Expedition 33 have in common? You probably can't think of much considering they are different genres of games. However, they do have one striking feature they share, that being the parry. So, what even is parrying? Well, it's pretty much just a cooler and more satisfying block. Yeah, I really don't know how else to word it other than that. Parry is essentially a perfectly timed block that usually gives you an opening to attack your opponent. I believe Sekiro is the gold standard of the parry mechanic in games. Sekiro's entire gameplay loop revolves around parrying. Without it, you won't survive long. The game also has a posture system that rewards you for being aggressive. You'll never beat a boss by running around and trying to find an opening because there won't be one until you parry. It takes most players a while to get the hang of how it works and how vital it is, but once you do, you've basically mastered the entire game. And that's another thing. There is a large skill ceiling in Sekiro because of the varying degree of skill each player has. It is painfully obvious watching someone who has just started playing Sekiro versus someone who has been playing it for hundreds of hours. But that's a good thing. I would much rather a game that has a high skill ceiling than one that the player masters within 30 minutes. You can relate a lot of the game to a rhythm game. Each enemy has a different attack pattern and parry timing that you must master, so why does it feel so satisfying? Well, for one, the dopamine hit you get when you successfully parry a long string of attacks feels incredible. The sound feedback, the sparks flying, and the enemy reacting to each deflection. Not only that, but after each parry, the tension builds further as the posture bar rises. The game highly encourages mastery of the game's mechanics and practicing to get as good as possible. Expedition 33 is a turn-based action RPG, but with a really cool twist. You can parry, dodge, or even jump over any attack, adding a whole new layer of active engagement. It feels almost like you're playing a turn-based Sekiro. Every enemy turn feels like a mini reaction test, a chance to either perfectly deflect or get hit. The parry system is especially satisfying, just like Sekiro. Your timing has to be pretty much perfect. If you successfully parry a string of attacks, your character will automatically do a counter attack, dealing significant damage to the enemy. Relating back to Sekiro again is the visual feedback. Each time you parry, a flashy effect triggers and a satisfying sound plays. It's so rare for turn-based games to feel as reactive as Expedition 33, but they managed to pull it off perfectly. The game still has classic aspects of a turn-based RPG, but enhances it with an added layer of player skill. So what even is the difference between a good and great parry system? Many games have them, so what sets Expedition 33 and Sekiro apart? Well, I've already mentioned the large amount of satisfaction you get from correctly parrying in Sekiro and Expedition 33, but that doesn't exist in most games. The Witcher 3, for example, has a parry system, but it isn't even as close to as satisfying as the aforementioned games because it misses that flash and that satisfying sound. Sure, you didn't get hit, but that's about it. The game doesn't reward you like Sekiro does. Not only that, but a good parry system seamlessly flows in the game's loop. It's not just optional flourish, it's a primary tool. Parrying correctly in Sekiro is the difference between winning or losing, whereas you could go through all of The Witcher 3 without even parrying once. I also would like to clarify that while I love when a game has a good parry system, it's not a make or break for me. I don't want every game that has parrying to have a perfect parrying system. It just wouldn't really work. With all that being said, that's the end of this video. Feel free to leave your thoughts and opinions down below, and I'll see you next time.